Ulanzi ST-28 Magsafe mount. I am getting attracted to the Magsafe implementation to the iPhone 13s for video, to mount to tripods and to different mounting systems to do video clips and stuff and photography. So I just got this. Here's an iPhone 13 Pro in forgot what case this is. Generic case. I'll put a link below to all these products I'm going to review today or go over and show off. And here is my new iPhone 13 Pro Max in the Moment case with all the bells and whistles. 13 Pro Max, 13 Pro regular one. These both have MagSafe cases in addition to the phones being MagSafe, because once you put there are a lot of cases out there that doesn't have another magnet on the case itself, so that doesn't help with the connection, the mounting. It'll fall off. But these have magnets built in. I'm going to mount them on the ST-28 and test it out. But before I do that, let me do a quick review of what I had been using in the past for mounting an iPhone to a tripod or to a desk or something. So in the past, this is a Wuhotu. I did a whole review on this case mount right here, and I dubbed this the best mount for a phone, mobile phone. And I already did a review of it that you could watch, but I'll just show you how it fits on the iPhone 13 Pro. And then now I'll put it on the Pro Max. Is a tighter fit, but it does fit there. And the benefit of this one is that it has a foot over here, and it should be able to balance it. Let's see. I never tried it with the Pro Max. I just bought the Pro Max. Does it work? Yep, it holds. There you go. The other benefit of this design is that if you want to mount this on a tripod, I recommend getting the any tripod with an Arca Swiss head. Arca Swiss head fits natively to the mount here. You screw that on, and you don't need an extra plate. You can just screw it right onto your tripod. So I like this still. Wuhotu, still good. Still good. Another mount that I have, one that I recently just bought. This is Ulanzi. I forgot what the model, ST-27. And this one doesn't have a lot of articulation like this, because if you have a ball mount that you're going to put it on, and this also is Arca Swiss compatible, and it has a 1/4-20. If you're putting it on something that already has a ball mount, you don't want more articulation, because that's going to be another point where that you have to worry about leveling. So if this is wobbling and then the ball mount's wobbling, it's too crazy. So this one eliminates that and has just a single solid direction. Has a cold shoe there, and a cold shoe down there, 3 cold shoes. This red knob here controls the grip. So you loosen this up, and then you could open up the grip. This knob controls the turn here of the mount. When I did a review of this mount, and I got that wrong. I thought these were to do 2 different things, but that's what it does. So let me loosen that up. And I already know it fits on the 13 Pro. Let's see if it fits on the Max, because the Max is bigger, especially in this Moment case. And it does fit. So if I want to lock this in, I'll first turn this here because I want this in landscape mode. That's locked. And then I will turn the red knob to lock the grip. And that's in there. And this is also a good mount. I recommend this mount. These aren't the cheapest ones. They're upwards of 20 or 15 or 20, but these are good. They're all metal, Wuhotu, and this Ulanzi. I recommend those. Now, if you want something else that's a little more, that has some extra stuff going on, here's a Joby mount. And I've used this for not just phones. I've used this for my Zoom recorders, audio recorders. You do one knob here, and that opens up the jaws, but then you can also turn it 90 degrees. See there? 90 degrees, can do that. And then this other knob goes front and back. You have 2 1/4-20s on the side that you can screw something in, and here you need to screw this in to a tripod plate in order to fit on a tripod. So you need other accessories, or you could mount this with other contraptions. But since this grip is wider than these two, this is a more secure, I think, hold on your phone. Tighten this up, make sure it's locked in, and then now that hold is pretty sturdy. You have one cold shoe right there, nothing else. Now if you want to rotate it, that switch, rotate, that's in there. And this, I feel more comfortable, more secure with this mount. It's just that you have to have other things here to connect it with. So these are 3 of the regular grip mounts that I recommend for not just iPhones, but for all mobile video and photography, or just if you want a tripod mount. These 3, out of all the ones I've tested so far, these are the best, in my opinion. It's Joby, the Wuhotu, and this Ulanzi. But I want to open this up. So let me, oh wait, actually, before I do this, let me show you the other Magsafe product that I had purchased. And this is the, what is this one? Moment has this adapter here with different screw mounts. Magnet on one side, the screw mounts on here. So it just aligns and it goes on the iPhone 13 Pro. Oh, that's a tight magnet. Then also goes on the Max there, very tight. So what you do with something like this is more for filmmakers. I don't see somebody who's not really knowledgeable about mobile filming. I don't know if they would use something like this because this is more modular. So with a modular system like this, here are 3 accessories that you would use this on. One of them is, this is just a grip clamp, and then on this side it has a 1/4-20. So you screw in the 1/4-20 mount, pop it on there, and then now this can grip on any stand. It could grip on the side of a table, and there's other versions of this. There's ones that are much longer. So what you have here is this grip here, clamp, that can go pretty much anywhere. A lot of people like to shoot overhead shots, and if you shoot overhead shots, what you do is you get maybe not as short as this one, maybe a longer one, but you have it like this, and then you mount this to the ceiling, lock it in there, and then you can just magnetize, MagSafe, and that's how you could use this. That's one way to use it with something like this Magic Arm. Another option is if you have more of a cold shoe. So you screw it, same thing, 1/4-20. Screw that in there. Put your camera, MagSafe camera on. And then now you can have it articulating like this. And you could put this on any kind of cold shoe device. Like if you want to mount this on another camera. A lot of cameras have cold or hot shoes on them or cages. Slap that on there. And then you can do like this. That's one use for it. And this other accessory that I bought is this Oben DB02, which has a magnet, an all-purpose magnet. This is a very strong magnet that you could put onto your car. And would I really trust it? I would trust it with the GoPro or an action mount. It's pushing it if you want to mount this. I mean, you could. I think you should just do it. Just do it. So this one screws on. Then you put that. That goes on. And then this is another magnet. Now this can go anywhere. And then just like these other mounts, there's a ball mount there, and then you can just stick it wherever you want, and it magnetizes. Very versatile modular system with this device here, this mount, multi-mount that Moment makes. And there's not another manufacturer that makes this. Maybe they patented it. I'm not sure. But maybe Ulanzi, come on, make something like this. Make it cheaper. This was kind of expensive. This was like $60. Okay, finally, the Ulanzi ST-28. What this whole video is supposed to be about. Before I went on tangents on all of those other mounting systems. Open it up. Voila. I wonder if this is Arca Swiss. I'm assuming it is. Yeah, it is. Great. So this is Arca Swiss compatible. So you don't need to slap on a tripod plate as long as you have Arca Swiss. This doesn't bend. This doesn't articulate. It's just a solid piece of metal. And here is a cold shoe that rotates all the way around like that. And let's see how it accepts these phones. So this is a magnet here for MagSafe. Slap that on. That's on there. Yep, I'm going pretty rough. That's on there, works. Solid piece. Take that part off. That's the regular iPhone Pro. And here is the Pro Max. That goes on. This you can move around. It fits. You might want to go portrait mode, right? So let's see if this goes portrait mode on the Max. Oh, that's tight. Very tight fit, but there you go. And I guess this cold shoe can only go, you know, it can't go vertical, so it's got to go this way. And that works too. Does it fit? Yep, fits good. So what you would do is you put this, and I don't want to balance it. It balances, but a little worried about that. You would put this on your Arca Swiss plate. So the benefit of this versus the other mounts that I went over in this video is the MagSafe ability to just detach and reattach it really fast, like that. And it's very strong, as you could see. I wouldn't mount this on a car, but you could do that. And I think there's some uses for this if you're not even doing video or photography. Maybe you do a lot of conference calls through Zoom or another app, and you want to be more mobile. You don't want to take your computer. So what I would do is I would put this on find some kind of a rig here, put it like that, and then you could do your conference calls with MagSafe. Cool. One issue I just noticed with this Ulanzi mount here, and probably with any other mount that has this design, is that it's fine if you want to shoot landscape. You plug this in here, and then you can go landscape, and you can get your microphone or whatever accessory, and you can plug it right here, and then you'll be fine. But when you want to go portrait mode, it's not as convenient. So I screw it on to the side, and then I go portrait mode. The magnet on the MagSafe is only in one position, so you can't really slide this. You don't have a lot of play with it. You have to be right there. And when you're right there, it's fine when you want to just use the phone by itself. But if you want to plug in an accessory like this one, Lightning, there's no space to plug that in. And this is the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is bigger, but I have the smaller one, a smaller Pro, and it still is not enough clearance. So if you want to put a microphone or anything with the Lightning connector, you can't really use this mount. And in that instance, it's probably better to go with this is the one from Moment. And Moment, that, it's more expensive, but it's so versatile. I put it on this mount here, and that works. And then now I have all this room to plug in all my accessories, and I just have to figure out how to mount that microphone, but at least I can mount it. So that's one issue. Probably the only issue that I have that is a problem for me with this mount. Everything else so far has been great.